Good morning, beautiful. Today is day 9, and it's a great day, a great morning. I hope you're feeling wonderful, feeling some shifts in how you're perceiving things, feeling a little bit closer to yourself, self care with a big S. Um, so I want to do a reminder because we're nearing the end here, or a new beginning. And the purpose of this wellness journey is for healing and peace. This is Remarkable Wellness, mind, body, spirit alignment. You can have healing in your body, healing in your spirit, in your mental health. Healing really accomplishes everything because when you're healed, you feel good, you feel happy. And so, what we're using is every day practicing the 7 intentions: meditation, exercise, mindful eating, self care, daily affirmations and journaling, kindness and gratitude, and rest and restoration. We've talked about each of these in depth, but every day we want to do all of them. So now we're sort of putting it together in a way. And yesterday I talked about really sort of awakening to yourself and how to look at the world a little differently, bringing all these things together. And I had my own awakening, so it was beautiful and perfect for me. I hope it was for you too. Today, I want to talk. I said we would talk about 2 more things, and again, it all works together: forgiveness and synchronicities. And so, let's just start with forgiveness. Forgiveness, and we talked again about this continually, it's the thing. Because if there is one thing you can do that will help sum up all things, it's forgiveness. It's to forgive. And that does not mean to pardon someone of a sin. It means that you're recognizing there is no sin, only mistakes, that people are just the outcome of their conditioning, and that their viewpoint isn't just that viewpoint in that day, but it's been put on them from how they were raised and born and what schools they went to and what their parents said and did. And so, like you, we're all a culmination of everything we've been taught, of everything that we've experienced. So you're sort of forgiving, you're not judging. You bring yourself into this higher awareness and say, well, given that, no one's really guilty of anything in the higher consciousness. Someone can be guilty of, stealing your dollar off the table, or not doing the laundry, or missing guilty. That's not guilty. That's a mistake. That something wasn't done because in our minds, or we're thinking, we're judging, got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. If you don't do it this way, this way, this way, then you're wrong. You're guilty. You're shameful. You're all of these things, and we're pushing all that aside. That is in the notion of higher in God, that this realm that we're talking about, that's way bigger and more beautiful than just this world that we're living in now. That in this place, which we want to be a part of, because this is where all peace aligns in our body and in our experiences, is that when you start to change your thinking and connect your thinking with the thinking of God, that's what he's trying to tell us. That there's not, in that sense, there's really never anything to forgive. But on this realm, that's what we use. Forgiveness is love. It is the most loving thing you can do. That's it. So you want to be happy. You want to be healthy. You want to use the most powerful weapon in your arsenal, which is God, the power of God. You want to access that. That is forgiveness. That is love. And if you're believing that that power is there, then any situation you find yourself in, you pull out your tools of forgiveness and love. What is there to worry about when you forgive yourself? And then what you give away, you receive. That's the other powerful law. So they all go together. That's why the kindness and gratitude intention is so important, because you're giving goodness and love away and you're getting it back. Each of those intentions, everything just works together really beautifully for these realizations. So forgiveness is an expression of love, maybe the ultimate expression of love. And that's how it works. So there were some beautiful words that I said, well, I don't have to use my words because it's already here. And of course, I'm taking this from A Course in Miracles. It's literally titled, What is Forgiveness? Forgiveness recognizes what you thought your brother did to you has not occurred. It does not pardon his sins and make them real. It sees that there is no sin. And in that view, all sins are forgiven. What is sin except a false idea about God's Son? Forgiveness merely sees its falsity and therefore lets it go. What then is free to take its place is now the will of God. So we talk about scraping away the windows, the dirt and muck on the windows, lifting that veil that has caused us to see things so negatively. When we do that, what's left is the will of God. And in that will, when we're aligned there, we're rolling. Our mind is clear. Things are coming to us. That's the access point. That's what we're trying to do. So forgiveness. So I really want you to think about who you're not forgiving. Just pick one person. Is it your boss? Is it your mother? Is it your daughter? Is it your neighbor? Is it your spouse? Who or what? Is it just yourself? Eventually, that's what it is. Then you receive the hate you give. You also receive the love you give. So really for today, take all these things that we've been doing on the journey, meditate on it, journal about it, practice giving, kindness and gratitude, do some self-care, write some thank you notes, or I forgive you. You don't have to even tell people you forgive them. That's really not the point. It's not about forgiving actually each individual. When you forgive everything, then the individuals are already included in that. But you're doing this with yourself for your own healing. So when God forgives all of us, he's like, there's nothing I've made you perfect already. You just need to open your eyes and see what it is I'm trying to give you. There's nothing. It's like grace. That's grace. So we're always in a state of grace. His grace is always being extended to us. We only need to accept it. We only need to remove the veil and see it so that we can use it. What else do I want to tell you about forgiveness? That's really it. It's a practice. That it is a practice. So pick one or two people. And when you get it for one, you get it for everything. And then you'll continue. It'll come back. For me, it comes in my dreams. I'll have a crazy dream where someone did me wrong. And then I have to deal with that, because then that's just as real, right? That's what I'm dreaming, a new dream. So I'm like, oh, I had this dream. What was that about? Why was I feeling some kind of way? So I can start exploring and overcoming things. It doesn't have to actually happen to me in the physical. We're already saying that what's here on the physical is really an illusion of just our perception of how things go, or the small reality, because people get twisted up in the word illusion. But your dream is the same thing. If I have a dream at night, did it really happen? Was it an illusion? It's a real dream. So the context of those dreams are your subconscious, and you're trying to work some messaging out. So that's just maybe enough. I'm just sharing what happens with me. Perhaps you are a dreamer. Pay attention to those dreams. Get a dream journal. You can put them in, you can journal in your normal journal about your dreams. Those things you're trying to work out. And I've had a dream, not the same dream, but a dream with the same people in it twice this week. And so I also know that that's about forgiveness. I'm already like, I already forgave them. I'm like, there's nothing to forgive. But they keep showing up in my dream in these not bad situations, but just, maneuvering and traveling, going from place to place. And it's a weird thing. And so I know it's part of my journey because that's introspection. So who are you not forgiving? Your only problem is any problem you have, it comes down to non-forgiving or judgment. And even if it's with yourself. So here's my last example to leave you with, because I'm hoping you can see how forgiveness will take care of everything. We're talking about forgiving others, forgiving the world, forgiving yourself. The nature of that being that you're not pardoning them like what they're doing necessarily is, yay, okay, but you're saying, I don't even need to pardon you because I understand that you're human and that you've been conditioned that way. And because of that, peace, peace, peace. My last example is I was working out yesterday with my husband and I need to do laundry. So I was down to my little tight, skimpy workout clothes instead of the ones that cover everything. And I looked in the mirror, I caught myself in the mirror and was like, I didn't know it was me. Like I looked good. I gave myself that grace like that. I was like, oh, I look okay. And then I looked at my stomach, which is still, sticks out more than it did when I was 20. And then I said, this is it. Instead of looking at the whole picture of me, I'm always like, oh, I got this midsection. Oh, and so one part of my whole countenance will make me feel bad about my whole self. Isn't that crazy? Why do we do that? But I caught myself yesterday, again, this awakening, it's just this shift in how you see everything. It was like, if I saw you on the street or, if I would see that person as beautiful. I wouldn't say, oh, look at her stomach. Because it's my judgment of me that keeps me bound. And then do I judge other people like that? Or I'm thinking other people may judge me. This is my younger me judging my older me, or my older me trying to, I only trying to be the younger me instead of just being who I am. Because I too am the culmination of the years I've been on this earth, of the things that I've experienced, of the buildup of the food I have been eating. And today is always a brand new day. So I am forgiven. I forgive myself. I am beautiful. These are the affirmations. I am beautiful. I am perfect the way I am. There's no mistakes. All things, and when you can realize that everything is for learning or a lesson or a correction, and then ultimately, and at the same time, for enjoyment, for your happiness, for your improvement. When you start thinking like that and forgive and settle down in it, then all is well. And every time you get butterflies or something comes up negatively, you're like, let me remember, let me get back with my bigger self. Let me connect with God. Okay, God's will be done. There's nothing to forgive here. I'm not even guilty. I'm going to trust. I'm going to follow in his will. What are the next steps you have for me? Order my steps today. I choose to have a good day. Self-affirmations. I won't make any decisions on my own. I will stay in alignment. Today is a great day already because everything that's important, I have access to, and I can trust that when I stay in this flow and stay in this way of being and discipline, I can trust that whatever I'm doing now has an outcome for later. This is one of my quotes. You create the future today in the present. So everything you do now is what matters. The future's going to take care of itself. Forgiveness, the 7 intentions, affirming yourself, peace and happiness, remarkable wellness, alignment is the outcome. Okay, so forgiveness is a culmination of all of these things. It's a letting go. And what is a letting go is also an acknowledgement. So it's almost like it's a paradox, because when you let go, you gain everything. That's all I can tell you. So take that in, do the exercise, find out, think about, let's search your mind for who you're not forgiving, and that can include yourself. Let yourself be beautiful. Let yourself extend grace to others so that grace can be extended back to you. You'll find peace there. You'll see beauty in all of that. So I'm hoping this transformation is foremost. You're seeing it, if not with your physical eyes, with your spiritual eyes, your spiritual vision, how wonderful and beautiful you are and this world is. Okay. Love and light.